National Football League is here and on the air. A few moments ago, it was Desmond Trufant of the Falcons making their way out of the tunnel to the delight of this sold-out crowd as his guys get set to do battle with Drew Brees and the New Orleans Saints. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been.
Nah, my franchise. I play with the Falcons. Franchise shit. No, I don't even play with the Packers like on this joint. I play with the Falcons on here for real. That's my squad of my franchise. Nah, bruh. Kill. Oh, man, I don't even want no I'm getting excuses before the game starts. Is that what it is?
Brees now on first down. And his first pass is incomplete.
And it is true. You can draft
it's
the
being
fastest,
broadcast.
you can draft the most athletic guys, but if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case,
go to my name in the party.
Force the incompletion.
Yeah, had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough.
Hold on, bro. You got it. Oh, hold on. I was just trying to get some things together. See what I'm saying. That's what I'm doing. I'm playing with the squad I play with on here. I play with a couple cats. I play with them. I play with Cleveland. You know what I'm saying? But y'all niggas is y'all kind of hurt my feelings last night. Okay, well, you get them next time, nigga. I'm dead ass. Okay, all right. I do. I do. All right. Well, if you still on, you want to get this Cleveland work, you can get it. Nah, Hogan. Hold on, man. That niggas know where to fucking go. Let's do it. I got one person watching this jump so far.
Unable to connect on the first down pass play. Now it's second down. They go play action for Ingram. Now Brees. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Leroy Reynolds. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. Third and long now after the sack of Brees, and the Saints up against it here. Now Brees. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
The best passing attacks in the NFL often incorporate the guys out of the backfield catching the football. And that's what we just got on that play. As a primary receiver, not always just a check down, not always a safety valve. Sometimes they just get it to him right away because they have the matchup advantage.
Steps away to his left. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's second down.
And him running the football is not something that defenses spend a lot of time preparing for. But this guy has a survival instinct and a knack for knowing when exactly to do it.
They'll run for the first time with Mark Ingram. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down.
Off that nigga, bro.
Now from back at the 5. This is 3rd and goal.
Talk to your boy. Talk to your boys. Talk to them. They ain't doing their job. They ain't earning their paycheck. And my man earning legs.
Bree's going to throw. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown.
Okay, shit.
Kobe
Good shit, bro. Good shit.
A 5-yard touchdown. And the Saints take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. And it's good as the Saints have a 7-0 lead. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25.
You want to play some football, Bentley?
They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Not much happening there on 1st down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
Space to maneuver at the 40. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a 1st down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
And finding the tight end Hooper. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. And a nice gain of 21 yards. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
You ain't played me in 17.
That play was doomed right from the start.
They just about ran into every defender on that one, didn't he? It felt like everyone got a piece of that tackle.
I said, come see me. But I'm kind of glad you didn't, because I was like completely nose wide open, just doing dumb shit. Had to look
so
back
now
at that
11
shit
yards to go for this offensive unit. It's 2nd down.
Like ass. I deserved to get my ass whooped yesterday. Except for that last game. That last game was just some bullshit. Like, interception. Oh, yeah, touchdown. Playing with me, dude. I don't know who you think this is, Bentley.
From the gun, it's Ryan. He's going to let this one go deep. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
I know exactly why I tried to throw the ball to Julio Jones there. He's never considered covered. He's either too fast or too strong. You always try and get it to him.
Especially on those deep passes. 3rd and 11. And some extra depth to the secondary here. They're in the dime. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And it's complete. Hooper. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd. Now Ryan. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 2. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. So New Orleans will take over here in just a second. Earlier, you talked about Drew Brees last week not having his big numbers at the run game carried him, and Alvin Kamara had a great game, and in particular had an incredible spin move, hurdle play. He's just a talented guy.
To put it mildly, makes you wonder what was going on back in his college career that he didn't hit the field full time. Because when you see him play and the diversity and how he's used by New Orleans, they figured it out. Yes, he can run the ball between the tackles. He can get to the perimeter, catch the ball in the backfield. In fact, he's leading the NFL in yards per carry at 7.1, a yard and a half better than Cam Newton in second place. This kid is having a heck of a year. When you start talking about Rookie of the Year, start thinking Alvin Kamara.
pressures nigga. He running, crushing.
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Saints football to begin quarter number 2. And they've got it here with a first down.
Playing good football. Start playing good football, bro. Get this shit going.
Breeze now to throw. He's going to launch this thing. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball. And I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Ryan. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? Is biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right?
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run it and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Ingram again. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for a first. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. And Gibbs got it. And some big-time hitting going on there. He is knocked to the ground at the 38-yard line. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue. Breeze on the draw, gives to Kamara. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. And when you're running the football, one thing you don't want to see is a big boy coming up there and swallow you whole in those D tackles and nose tackles.
No, you're actually counting on your big boys to protect you from them. But on that play, the defensive tackle had the leverage, and he won the battle. No gain, correct?
No gain. Breeze to throw on second down. Over the middle, open is Thomas. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. He lost 2 there, and it's third down. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
Now Breeze on third down. Again has it complete. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to Atlanta. right after this timeout. The Saints put up 29 points a game last year, second only to the Falcons, and they're in range to get some points on this drive as well. 1st and 10. Back to the running game. It's Ingram. Strong run, but still wrangled before reaching the 20. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
To throw is Breeze. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
That was supposed to be 6.
Well, this is how you shape the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out, and he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Mark Ingram taking it in. And the Saints add on to their lead. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking. Beats good tackling on that play. End result,
sound
touchdown.
like he's gone, bro. He's still watching, but it sounds like he's gone.
Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Again, they'll run with Freeman. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Give him 8 yards there. Still a few inches to go, though, as it'll be 3rd down and about the length of the football. On 3rd down, Devontae Freeman. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. Now Ryan on 1st down. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Five yards left for the offense. It's 2nd down. From the shotgun, Ryan. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down.
The game plan for any defense is finding ways to make a quarterback uncomfortable in the pocket. When you bring pressure from all angles, you never know who's going to get home.
The pressure gets to him again. Holy
Shit,
Kikaha. In there to drop him, and back-to-back sacks now bring up 4th and long.
We'll take that in.
That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or do they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. They'll indeed go for it with Ryan. And this is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape. Down 2 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to go for it. They must have thought they had a play to dial up that they could get it. It didn't work out.
They must have thought, as you pointed out, they had a play. And they were probably looking at the number of possessions that they thought were left in the game. And down 2 scores, they must have felt like they couldn't risk not taking a shot here and giving up that chance.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. The play fake to Ingram. Now it's Breeze. And he'll go out of bounds down inside the 15-yard line. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. On 1st and 10, here's Breeze. That's caught. It's Thomas. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Said lucky ass rabbit foot shit for real. That's what had an interception.
On 2nd down, Kamara. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4.
Definitely was there.
He can muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a 3rd and very short. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
Back to the ground, this time with Ingram. And he is going to lose yardage here. Losing 6 yards there to bring up 4th. To say they've kept him under wraps running the football, that's an understatement. He's been completely neutralized.
Yeah, they've essentially taken him out of the game, haven't they? And you know all the teams say, we're not going to let him beat us. Well, that's exactly what's happening here. They've lived up to that.
And Lutz's kick is good. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. So put another 3 on the board, and all things considered, a good opening drive here to begin the 3rd quarter.
Sounds good.
Was. I think as a head coach, you're happy to come out and put a little drive together, take the 3 points, and build on your lead.
Andre Roberts now to return it. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
And he'll go out of bounds across the 35-yard line. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
Gotta take my time with it. That's all. Just points on the board, then we talking some up. Man.
So they pick up the first down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set. to the ground, this time with Freeman. Freeman with a fast feet. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. They go play action here on first down. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Cameron Jordan in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. And he's going to take this one down to about the 46-yard line. They're back now to the original line of scrimmage thanks to that 8-yard gain. Third down now to follow. On third down, it's Freeman. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. A good pickup there, 7 yards, but it brings up fourth down.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position now
Why did I do that?
Is a hybrid
Why did I just
player.
do that?
Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
On first down, Breeze. He's going to float this over the middle deep. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at second down.
They decided to take a shot and right down the middle of the field, and really, they didn't give it as much time to develop, did they? They want to take that shot somewhere around the 15-yard mark.
And the defense able to recover, bat it free. So 2nd and 10 here.
Bless.
Shotgun now for Breeze. Caught on the left side by again. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flex.
I thought I had the things. I should have had the things there too. Ain't like me get no
receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed,
fast as shit. He got an 86 speed.
Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Saints. They'll be looking to expand their lead here. They've got the football as we start the fourth. The Saints on third down. They've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Now Breeze. They go screen. This is Ingram. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th.
I feel you. Do what you feel like you need to do. Yeah.
Coleman, the man in motion right. The Saints do snap it. It's Breeze. They'll air this one toward Coleman. And this is going to be incomplete. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position.
Hey, bro. Hey, I can't take nothing from you on that.
And they'll start this drive with very good field position.
That's what I needed.
On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Sheldon Rankins able to collapse the pocket and drop him for a loss of 3. And he goes in motion here in the backfield. Now Ryan on 2nd down. He's going to sling the... And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Taylor Gabriel, 43 yards. And the Falcons cut into that lead. it's 17.
There's a lot of football left. Gotta make things do.
2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Saints hands team able to rein this one in.
Got that shit?
Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like,
and he is into the end zone. Touchdown.
Good way to steal that, man. Nice.
A big play there. 44 yards. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17.
Yeah, got the punter out
to kick it off.
They are.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
342.
And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard because now their confidence is a little bit higher. They feel like they've got something going, and they feel like they can attack again and put more points on the board.
Are you scoreboard watching if you're the offense, or are you just focused on this drive?
We wouldn't be telling the truth if we said that they didn't scoreboard watch. Everyone does it to some extent, but you've got to set it aside right now and just focus on this series. That'll take care of the scoreboard if they punch it into the end zone.
And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Ryan. Looking downfield. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. They'll throw on first down with Ryan. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Halfback sent in motion. 2nd and 10. It's Ryan again. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
On 3rd down, that's Coleman. And he'll be well short of a first down as he stopped again right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Looking deep, and he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time.
Wow.
Picked up by Ken Crowley.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt in a big way.
Probably sealed the game right there.
They begin on the ground with Kamara. And not much there as he gets it up to about the 5-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
I ain't mad at
and
you.
in this situation with a lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
The Saints on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This will be 3rd and 6. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Off the play fake to Kamara. It's Breeze. He'll let it fly in the direction again. And he can't come up with a pick. Nearly his 2nd of the game. Instead, 4th down.
Well, the fans should be applauding this defense right now. It's an excellent job. They force a 3 and out, and they should be able to set up their guys with great field position, probably near midfield or better.
Here's Thomas Morstead now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And it's fielded at the 34. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And we have reached the 2-minute warning. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme?
And he's taken down here by the Saints. A.J. Klein in there to take him down and to take us to the 2-minute warning. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. On 2nd down, here's Ryan. He's going to let it fly. That's caught inside the 20. A big play there. Ryan to Jones. 46 yards. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred. Still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position.
And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Taylor Gabriel, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Falcons get a bit closer.
And that touchdown puts us in a position to have a discussion, doesn't it? Now it'll be a 2-score game after the conversion.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt with a 2-score game they're going to have to onside kick it. We'll just see if they've got a miracle up their sleeve.
And you wonder what onside kicks they're going to use and in what sequence if they hope to have a chance to win this game.
And the Saints hands team able to rein this one in. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. And the Falcons going to use another timeout. That'll be their 2nd, so 1 more chance to stop the clock here. And we'll be back.
Kill! Hey, 95-56, Sammy!
Possible run anticipation. Here's the D-line sandwiches together. On 2nd down, Ingram. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside.
Make money moves. Make money moves.
Now Thomas will come in motion right. On third down, here's Camara. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
They tried to run right into the teeth of the defense on third down, but looked like those teeth were pretty sharp.
They were having absolutely none of it, stuffed them for a loss.
Yeah, couldn't get any leverage up front and move people aside in order to run the ball.
Play clock getting low, so Sean Payton says let's take a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. They'll go for it. It's Breeze. And no, it's incomplete. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And the Falcons' defense stands tall. They'll get the football back. Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back, and then score again. But they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly. Then they'll take it from there.
It's caught over the middle. Hooper. And he is hit pretty hard from the side as he's knocked down right there around the 35-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards. Here's Ryan. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at 2nd down.
Got to be wary of throwing an interception here because the defense knows they're going to get tested deep. That's why they're going to put a couple of extra guys back there to try and prevent that.
Yeah, late in the 4th quarter here, trying to preserve the lead. So look at this. They'll go for a field goal now to get within a score. This to get it back to a 1-score game. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And this is back down to a 7-point game. A little bit of a lower trajectory there on the deep kick, and it worked.
Had to do it because he had to drive it out low because of the length of the kick. Able to do that, got it above the defense and over the post.
And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though, now. This one's as good as over.
That was my only shot.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
It's good. You go with a run back, well, you done.
A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you prime the football week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
Yeah, I waited too fucking long. Put some points on the motherfucking board like a dickhead.